Hello, Running Fit Fam. In this video, let's talk about the secret to improving your marathon endurance and having a injury-free training cycle. Now, let's spill the tea real quick. We all know this is not a biohack channel. We don't do that stuff here. There is no substitute for a fantastic base building, setting the time aside, and then building a foundation on top of that of speed work, hill work, of basically practicing running. But to be injury free through all of that is the ultimate goal, because if you're injured, you can't do any of it. So let's dive into how eccentric hamstring strength is something that you need to be paying attention to, because that is what allows you to nail all of your speed work, rack up high base mileage. That way you can build that endurance aerobically because you have the muscular foundation to handle all of that load. So let's hop in. First exercise is a sprinter plank. Yes, you have seen this before, but let me walk you through how to do it first. The leg comes up and the same side arm also sweeps up. Repeat this on the other side. Can you see how this looks like I am sprinting into the ground? Once you have this down, then you're going to perform it quickly. Now, I know what you're thinking. How in the world is a core exercise going to help my hamstring? Well, let's break this down. We are going to dive deep, so hang in with me. Can you see how my one leg is long, it's straight? That hamstring is holding onto an awful lot of load. It is absorbing a lot of work because I am moving quickly, fast, and dynamically and powerfully through this exercise. The reason this matters is because my leg has to stay strong and stable through this powerful explosive movement. This is actually a great isometric exercise for your hamstring, meaning this makes a fantastic way to begin to warm up and prep your hamstrings in order to handle heavier or more explosive loads like plyometrics. So don't skip this. Alrighty, I sped things up a bit so we can move along to the next exercise. We care about the backwards part of this bear crawl. You can go forwards too, but we care about going backwards because can you see how this actually replicates your running stride? Now, your hamstrings are very good at shortening, meaning like powering you forward through your stride, but they need to be excellent at lengthening, which is what the backwards bear crawl focuses on, because your hamstrings need to be strong in both a shortened or like running forward position and a long position, like where that leg pushes you off into your next stride. So you need to practice both. If you've been around here for a minute, then you know I love a halo. So I'm going to show you the first version of this, which is basically an elongated lunge. You can see I was going for the step. Bring it back, be in a very long lunge position, 90% of your body weight on the front leg, only 10% on the back, and perform this halo motion around your head in both positions. What you're going to feel is a lot of quad burn, honestly, but as you practice this, you're going to feel how your hamstrings are again entering that long position with that straight leg in the back, but actually the leg that's in the front, that hamstring is contracted. Now, when you add a step to this, you are asking a lot more stability in both an elongated hamstring position and in a shortened one. And with the halo going around your head, you're adding what we call perturbations, or your hamstring is having to react to the ball going around and changing your center of mass. That's why you feel wibbly wobbly. Take your time here, use a lighter weight. I promise it's worth it. I got long-winded. Are we surprised? No. So I want to take a regular RDL and I want to give you a couple options on how to do this. This is how we normally picture it. I'm going to show you next that you can always have a foot down to give you a little bit of a kickstand, but I'm also showing you here with that arrow how I'm actually rotating towards the outside of my planted foot. What this is going to do is add a little extra torque to your hamstring. It's going to make it work in a longer, in a lengthened position, which is perfect to what you need to avoid any kind of proximal or like close to your butt hamstring strains. Because trust me, those are a bear to recover from. This will also help you power up hills and do your speed work with a lot more power and make you more injury resistant or resilient. So don't shy away from these subtle tweaks with your single leg deadlift and go a little bit lighter, because you will feel the difference. Around here, we love a deadlift. This is what it looks like, but I'm going to give you some tips that probably took me a couple years of practicing a deadlift to really nail. The first is do not squat your deadlift. Here, I'm finding my hinge. I'm just sticking my butt back. This is a squat, okay? If your deadlift looks like that every rep, you are squatting your deadlift. what you want to focus on is just sticking your butt back. Can you see how that just has me hinge from my hips? Yes, my knees bend like just a touch to keep out a little bit what we call neural tension, like I have some nerve pain or weird nerve sensation with that, but focus on sticking your butt back. When it can't go any further, you're done. That's it. That's your deadlift. And you're back. So real quick, let's talk about a couple things. Eccentric hamstring strength is when you're challenging the muscle in a long form. I know this is a bicep, okay, but bear with me. A bicep curl or like a hamstring curl shortens the muscle. When you lengthen it, like when the weight is all the way out here, this means my bicep and similarly your hamstring is on stretch. When it has to be strong in that long kind of position, that is working what we call eccentric hamstring strength. And so you'll see a lot of those exercises do exactly that. Now, be mindful. Any kind of eccentric exercise will leave you more sore than normal exercise. Now, this is often a reason that runners are like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be sore. Guys, do we shy away from speed work or hill repeats just because we're going to be sore? No, we do it anyway. And something very similar is kind of the mindset for strength training. Yes, you're going to be sore. Yes, you are probably going to need to adapt your running training, but it's often a soreness that you can work through because it is tolerable. If you are so sore you cannot walk, we have gone too far. And if you want a video on how to avoid that, let me know in the comments below so we can actually work on that together. Let's see if this is you. Maybe you have already done a couple marathons, or maybe you've built up a lot of base mileage, or maybe you've had other races before. They don't have to be marathons, but you find that you know this next gear is available. Like you know you can get to that next pace, but you can't reach it. It's so close, but it's not there. Often, this is because we might be aerobically capable of it, but muscularly, you don't have the muscle foundation to handle that kind of load or that kind of speed. And so you can't quite get to that next gear. I promise if you are consistently, effectively training with exercises, with strength exercises that support running and help build the exact strength you need for running, finding that next gear, easy peasy, because now your body knows. It's very smart. It knows when you have the resources available to you, and it knows when you do not, because it knows if it can't hold up to the load that you are asking it to do, it will break. And so when you are strength training like a runner with these exercises, you are helping your body know, hey, yeah, that faster mile, that 7-minute mile, could that potentially be our race pace? Why, yes, it could, because now we're strong enough to handle it. Hopefully that was helpful, Running Fit fam. I know we went a little bit deeper into the science because it's fun and your body can do marvelous, amazing, strong things. So until next time, Running Fit fam, wait a minute, you need to subscribe. If you made it this long into the video, you are going to want to subscribe because you're going to want to be here and hang out more often because this is what we do over here. Okay, now that you're subscribed, until next time, Running Fit fam, dare to train differently.